What's going on, y'all? It's been a minute, so I'm gonna be coming up with the Father's Heart Ministry here in a few. Just want to make sure that get everything accordingly. But dang, I left my Bible in the house. It's all good. I don't even know how this layout just came out, so y'all just bear with me. Stuff is popping up in a certain way that I don't want it to. There we go. So I'm gonna read the Father's Heart Ministry. First and foremost, I always just gotta give Abba Father praise, honor, and glory for waking me up, waking me and my family up for another day that was not promised. And I also pray that this word, that it touches the lives of many, for those that will watch the video, that will be tuning in. I just pray that the Father is speaking to you at this time as he's speaking to me, because there is a lot going on, y'all. There is a lot going on, but in the words of my dad, and I've heard it from other people, but he just said it here recently, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. So, Father, I just thank you for what you're doing, what you're continuing to do. You know, this ain't no easy walk, but you created me to do it, and I'm going to step for you. I'm going to continue stepping for you, Shalom. Even when others think that it's not the walk, and folks is trying to slander your name, slander your character, Father, but you know better than I how it's going down and what they got going on. And that's why we continue to pray to you and seek you on a daily. So I pray that this word that comes forth, that it touches the lives of those that needs to hear it. In the mighty matchless name of your Son, Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, Yahweh Shai, Yahuwah, Father, this is my prayer and my petition to you. Amen. So be it, and kind. So I'm going to read this Father's Heart Ministry, man. This right here is on time. The Father says today, the enemy's confidence to hurt you is laughable. It is, man, the enemy's confidence to try and hurt me, hurt the Most High's chosen people is very laughable, because the enemy don't know how to come no other way but the same way all the time. The enemy comes the same way and will always want to bring up your past. The enemy want to bring up your past because the enemy wants you to continue to see yourself like you are your past, but don't want to see you for who you truly are. Don't want you to know who you truly are. Thank y'all for tapping the screen. I appreciate that. If I am for you, can anyone be against you? Y'all know how that word say. If God be for you, who can be against you? Nobody. The Father's Heart Ministry just said, if I am for you, who can be against you? Who gonna come up against you? Who can come up against the Father, the creator of all things and everything? Nobody. I don't care what they say. Can't nobody come up against you when the Most High is for you. They can try, but they're gonna fail every time. Come now, says the Father. Where has the adversary been all your life? Where has the adversary been all of our lives? I know where the adversary been all of my life. Been right around the corner. Been want me to do, excuse me, been want me to do all type of evil matters, all type of evil things continuously, right around the corner. Like, hey, look, you know you can do that right there. You know, ain't nobody watching, ain't nobody looking. It's all right. You know how the enemy work, man. They try to like sit right beside you or come up beside, hey man, everything gonna be all right. Don't nobody know what you got going on. Ain't nobody knowing what you doing. I'm the only one. Y'all know, like on the cartoons when we was young, where you had an angel on one side and then you had the devil on the other side. Now we know that ain't the angel, but that's how it was. Like one would be sitting there like, now you know that you shouldn't be going over such and such house, or you know you shouldn't be stealing, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And then the enemy like, oh, ain't nobody gonna know. It's atheist, so you believe there's a God or a goddess out there. I believe in the Most High. But let me continue. Come now, says the Father. Where has the adversary been all your life? If he could have robbed you and destroyed you and taken your life, he would have long ago. If the enemy wanted to take me out, he had ample opportunity to do it long ago. In the relationships that I was in the relationships that I was in, and also in the family that I was in the people that I hung around, and the friends that I thought was my friends. The enemy had ample time to take me out, but still haven't. And I wonder why that is, because if God be for you, who can be against you? Why do you feel that atheists hate fictional character in the book because it's fictional character to you. I can't tell you why you hate it, but let me get back into this. I'll answer your questions here in a minute. This makes you question his ability, doesn't it? Yeah, it makes me question the enemy's ability, for real, for real. Because if the enemy was supposed to be doing something right or leading you the right way or telling you the right things, then you would have been doing the right things. But the enemy always tell you to do wrong things. And you know what happens when you do the wrong things? When you listen to that voice that say, go and do this, because don't nobody know, that one get you in trouble. Little kids, sometimes they were like, what made you do that? I don't know. Now, what I used to say, and when I said it, when I went to Red Rock, which is, this place where they get your mental right, where you go for mental health awareness. And I told them that I heard voices. They wanted to put me on medication. They wanted to put me on medication because I told them I hear voices. Like sometimes I hear voices say, do the right thing. Or I hear voices say, do the wrong thing. And I've been hearing this since I was a kid. I had never told nobody when I was young. Cause who gonna believe you? Like, oh, you heard voices. So what does it sound like? They start questioning you and making you think that you're going crazy. But the Most High says, I am on your side. The cross of Calvary is the eternal expression of my partnership toward you in every way. I'm taking your part, says the Father. The enemy's strategies against you will meet futility. He that dares to stand against you stands against me. And I will defend, protect, and preserve you. I will defend, protect, and preserve you, because when the enemy coming up against you, but the Most High got a job for you to do, the Most High will continuously shut the enemy down. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, the enemy be coming up against me 24/7, coming up against my family 24/7. I don't say nothing a lot of times. I walk above reproach. I don't try to go back and clap back at folks. I let God do my fighting for me, because I know how I can act. I know how I can cut up. I know what I can do, and what I want to do will put me back where I don't want to be, which is in jail. And for me, in jail, it feels like hell. And I ain't trying to go to jail. I ain't trying to go to that hellacious place, because I got a job to do. I got a family to take care of. I got wife and kids that I'm responsible for. So I ain't got time to do what the enemy want me to do. And the enemy will continuously tempt you in so many ways until you finally snap. But I done snapped before. I done, had a crash out moment. And I ain't doing that no more. I get phone calls and everything, man. Folks that really be trying to bring up my past, continuously bring up my past. But like I told y'all, the enemy the only one that bring up your past. The Most High don't bring up your past. Let me finish up. My faithfulness is certain, and my love is sure. You will see my hand, for you have sought my face. I can have, and I will continue to be the stalwart friend who comes through for you in every circumstance. Now, stalwart, that means relentless, like continuously. I'm going to be the one that's fighting for you, is what the Father says. I'm going to be that one. I'm going to be that informant. I'm going to be that one to stand up for you when don't nobody else stand up for you. When people hate you, when they can't stand you, when they talk down about you, y'all know a brother was homeless. I talk about it all the time. And folks talk noise all the time. You can't be preaching and teaching the word. You're not married. You ain't got no house. Like, how you gonna be giving somebody the word and you ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of? I'm just gonna keep on doing what the Father has called me to do. And that's give his word. That's preach and teach his word. That's not just preaching and teaching, but show it in your actions. I'm going to continue to go inside these schools and talk to the young folks and give them the encouragement that they need. I'm going to continue to fight for them. I'm going to continue to do what the Most High has called me to do. He said, if you said yes to the call, so you're going to have to stay on this page, on this pathway. You can't get up off of this. You got to stay doing this. I can't answer y'all comments because y'all comment every which way. And I'm still trying to read. I told y'all I will get with y'all here in a minute, so just bear with me. I'm going to read that one more time. My love is sure. You will see my hand, for you have sought my face. The Father says, my love is sure. And you're going to see my hand, for you have sought my face. I continually to seek the Father's face, man, every day. When I get up, it's that Psalms 35. We on that Psalms 35 page. When I get in my car, it's wartime. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that song say, this means war. I get in here, and this is where my ministry is at, in this car that y'all see me. Well, y'all can't see me in it, but I'm sitting in my car. And I get to praying this thing down. I pray my house down because I need the Father to do something. I need somebody to do something in my life, continuously do something in my life that I can't see. Because the people that I sought and I was cool with, they rejected me. They hated me. They kicked my tail to the curb. Like it was nothing. But you know what? I continue to keep my head held high. And I'm just telling y'all my story. I'm not telling y'all to feel sorry for me, feel no type of sympathy, because I don't want that at all. I don't want y'all to feel sorry for me. I want y'all to see that through all of it, I still kept my head held high. Through all the slander, through all the nameless riffraffs and stuff that has been going on, through all the calls, continuously calling me at the same time every day, you know, harassing me, trying to get me to fall into the trap and the snares of the enemy. I continue to keep my head held high. That stuff don't bother me because I know who fights for me. I know who knows better than I. Fear has no place in the life of the one whom I call a friend. The Father says, fear has no place in the one whom I call a friend, in the one whom I call a son or a daughter of mine. Fear has no place in your life. You don't need to be scared of a jackdaw thing because I got you. I'm there with you 24/7. I'm there with you when you seek me. I'm there when even sometimes you forget about me. I still got you because I love you and I see you. Even though other folks don't see you, even though other folks don't support you, even though other folks don't do for you like you did for them. I see you. I got you. You are not just a servant or a son. You are my forever friend, says the Father. Kind of like that, what is that movie? Aladdin, where the genie said, you ain't never had a friend like me. I ain't never had a friend like the Most High. I ain't never had nobody step for me like that. But when I started seeking the Most High, I started seeing the Most High take people out of my life that I wanted in my life and that I thought was for me, and put people in my life that I had no clue that I needed to see that they truly love me and they support me and care for me. But it took the Most High replacing the people that I thought was for me. And the people that I thought for me, y'all, it was family, friends, co-workers, old pastors, just to name all of those. It was all of those. And I always went hard. I went hard on the job. I went hard for my friends. I went hard for my family. I did everything to show them that I was not that young man or that boy that they used to know. And instead, they still looked at me like I was my past. Yeah, can't hate what I don't believe in. Cool, no problem. As your friend, you will find me on hand at the right time and the right place. In every situation, the Father says, you're going to find me at the right time and the right place in every single situation. Can't no atheist, can't no agnostic, can't no unbeliever tell me that the Father don't step for me. That can't nobody tell me that. Can't no pastor tell me how the Father step for me. Can't no evangelist, can't no prophetess, can't none of them tell me how the Most High been stepping for me, because they ain't me and they ain't lived my life. They not in my shoes. They can't even walk a mile in my shoes. My own family can't even walk a mile in my shoes. The people that I was stepping for can't even walk a mile in my shoes, because if they could, they would have did it. They would have. But you can't talk about what you don't believe in. My lifestyle is a reflection of it. So fret not, neither be concerned in any way, for I will never let you down, says the Father. Do not let the circumstance you face today cause you to waver in your faith. Don't let the circumstances that you go through today, don't let those circumstances make you waver in your faith. I had to tell our daughter that the other day. Me and my wife, we had to talk with our daughter and our sons about how the enemy gonna come at you all the time. How the enemy gonna point out little things. And I'm just gonna talk about our daughter because this is something that was recent. And the Most High gave my wife a scripture in John chapter 8, verses 3 through 11. And if I had my Bible, my sword on me right now, I would definitely read it for y'all, but I'm going to give you a paraphrase. And if y'all got y'all swords, open it up real quick. So this was when the woman who was caught in adultery, right? There was a situation, and the people that caught her in adultery, they wanted Christ, Yeshua, or Jesus for y'all, to honor the law from back then where they were supposed to unalive her. They were supposed to stone her. And Christ was looking around like, hold on. Like, I know what the law say, but how y'all gonna point the fingers at her and y'all got y'all own sin? Now, again, I'm paraphrasing. So he stooped down and he drew in the sand. And some of them began to walk away and some of them were still there. And got up and they were still wanting to stone her. Like, hold on. He without sin cast the first stone. Throw your stone if you ain't sin. How you gonna talk down about folks? How you gonna point other folks' sins out? And we all got our own sins that we done been through. So when we was breaking that down, and I'm finna get back into the Father's Heart Ministry. When we was breaking that down, I had to tell my baby, our baby, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be that Jesus for you. I'm gonna be that Yeshua HaMashiach for you. I'm gonna be that representation of, they can't bring up your past, baby girl. They can't bring up your stuff because half of them is still doing the stuff that they accusing you of. But they want somebody to blame. They want somebody to point the finger at. You have changed. You have done so much to where the people can see that the teachers can see that you changed. Everything that has taken place, that ain't you. And don't let nobody tear you down. But just like then with Christ, where he said, woman, get up. Where are your accusers? He said, I see none, and neither do I. Now go and sin no more. That's what I would do when I go into the school and I get to be that representation and I be stepping for these kids and letting them know when they still teasing folks or even grown folks. You can't talk about nobody's sin and what they do, man. You got your own stuff. Some of you grandparents and parents sitting up there bringing up kids stuff talking about, oh, you embarrassed the family or you did this. How you gonna sit there and talk like that when you was getting it in when you was young? Y'all was just like this woman who was caught in adultery. Don't be pointing fingers at folks. Just let them know, hey, you don't need to be doing that. I'm not going to bring up your stuff and continuously tear you down because I see your greatness in you. I see the change in you. When everybody else want to see the negative things and the things that you used to do, I see you. And I had to tell our baby girl that. I was like, baby, let me tell you something. Folks used to bring up my past all the time. They still want to bring up my past to this day. Want to bring up stuff that I ain't even done, that I got accused of, that I went to jail for, and then I didn't even do it. But I still had to go to jail. And instead of me clapping back, I let God do the fighting for me. Because folks was looking at me for what other people were saying, believing what they were saying, instead of getting the truth. So we told baby girl, don't worry about what folks say about you. They're going to talk about you till they blue in the face. But they got to look at themselves. They got to look at themselves. They got to get the mote out their own eye, that log out their own eye before they come trying to point out something when it come to you, because you stepping differently. You representing the Most High. You representing what repentance is, what true change is, what walking away from something and not doing it again is. And they see it, but they want you to fall again because they used by the enemy. Just like them people that had them stones. Them Sadducees and them Pharisees that caught the woman in adultery. They want to keep on bringing up your past. They don't want you to change. They got to have something to talk about. They got to have something to brag about. They got to take it off of them and put it on somebody else because they can't handle the heat that They can't handle that, because if they would, man, they would have unalived themselves. Point blank, period. Let me finish up. My power is limitless, says the Father, and my commitment to you is absolute. I have already defeated the enemy on the cross, and he has no power over you unless you give it to him. The enemy ain't got no power over nobody unless you give it to him. And when I say enemy, y'all friends that y'all claim as y'all friends, y'all homeboys, homegirls, whatever it is y'all go to school with, even your co-workers that you at work with, people that try to come back into your life, and sometimes it could be your family. Hey, sis, I see you. Shalom. Good morning to you, too. My sis, Vernell. Love roses. My power is limitless. The Father's power is limitless. It ain't nothing you can do to stop the Father's power. And his commitment to you is absolute. Can't nobody shut that down. They can tell you all day, oh, God don't like ugly. Oh, God is not in that. Let me tell you how the Father stepped for me. When I was that bad kid, what scripture I was reading? John chapter 8, verses 3 through 11. I was just paraphrasing on that. But can't nobody tell me that the Most High don't step for me, man. My lifestyle is a reflection of it. I give y'all my testimony, and I mean from the time that I came into this world all up until now. I don't like this saying, but I'm gonna say it again. The Most High don't play about me. I don't like to say it because everybody be saying that. God don't play about me. Oh, look how he be doing. When I say the Most High don't play about me, then the commitment to me and what he's called me to do, I'm smiling about it because I'm like, dang, man, if they only knew. Like Patti LaBelle. If only you knew. If only you knew how much the Most High loves you, loves me. If only you knew. You would attach yourself to this brother. You would try to link up with me and see how when I pray and when I war in the spirit, when I help somebody else, and my sister down there that's saying that part right there, she could tell you how we prayed for her and how situations worked out for her. And she needed some encouragement. We had to tell her our testimony as well. But let me get back into this. I have already defeated the enemy on the cross, and he has no power over you unless you give it to him. Stand firm in the truth of who I am and who you are in me. The enemy ain't got no power unless you give it to him. Y'all young ones, if y'all watching this, y'all get a chance to watch this. If y'all parents, if y'all get a chance to show this to y'all kids, let them know. The enemy ain't got no power over you unless you give it to him. Don't get mad at what people say about you. If they talking down about you, don't get mad about that. Man, keep your head held high and walk in the power of the Most High. Don't let nobody try to tear you down or bring you down or make you cry. The only crying you should do is cry to the Most High. You know what, Father? I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to step for me. I know you're going to shut these enemies down. I don't want it to be an ugly situation, but you know better than I. And then when you see what they going to go through, that's when you begin to cry, because it's like, it's a sad sight to see. It's a humbling, like Life Jenny say on this song, it's a humbling sight to see, but it's really sad because it'll humble folks. Folks get to coming back in your life and they get to see like, dang, man, I remember when Knowledge was walking down the street on the side of the highway, giving word of encouragement, encouraging people, not even having a place to stay, not even knowing when he gonna eat his next meal. When that man was doing videos, just trying to talk to his kids, trying to get people to say, like, if y'all see my kids, let them know that I love them. Because folks is out here, and I'm going to say folks, exes is out here telling folks that I abandoned my kids, that I abused my kids. And I'm like, at the end of the day, what you saying, it don't hold weight. It don't hold no weight, because it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You're suffering and you're going through stuff, and because you're suffering, now you want to try to bring up charges up on me that ain't gonna stick. The Father says, keep on representing me. Keep on stepping for me. Yeah, they gonna talk about you. They gonna say, oh, the Sky Daddy doesn't exist. Oh, the God in the Bible, he's so wrathful. He doesn't even like his own people. Look what he did. Man, miss me with that BS. It was a reason for all of it. Just like it's a reason to this day. To this day, it's still a reason. Like Deontay Wilder said, to this day, It's still a reason. It's a reason that certain things got to happen. It's a reason that people got to get taken out. It's a reason that people can't be in your life, because God can't bless you when there's mess around you, when there's folks around you that don't even believe in you, don't even believe in the God that you serve and that you obey. People got to get removed, because I can't give you stuff, because if the Most High was to give us everything that he has for us, with the folks that's in our lives that don't even support us, let alone like us, love us, they would take it all away. They would make God out to be a liar, because they would just take from you. They would just leech off of you. I have given you authority to trample on serpents and scorpions, to overcome all the power of the enemy. I have given you the authority to stomp. And I mean stomp like Kurt Franklin. Stomp. All my people say stomp. Everybody say stomp. Stomp on the scorpions and stomp on the devils and well, I'm gonna say serpents and the scorpions. Stomp on the mugs. Step on them. When they come at you sideways, step on them. Get to stepping and walking down the street and walk, or whatever it is, in the school, step on them. Let them know. Hey, all my people say stomp. Everybody say stomp. All my 80s say stomp. But no, I'm being funny with y'all. But for real, man, give a praise at that time. You know, step for God, because when you know that word and you know how the enemy gonna step and the enemy gonna come, just know that God got your back. You ain't got to cuss nobody out. You ain't got to call them B-I-T-C-H's. You ain't got to call them PNs, P-A-N-s. Y'all know what that means. You ain't got to call them none of that. You ain't got to do none of that. Do like I do. I just keep my head held high and walk above reproach. Talk about me all you want. Just don't put your hands on me, and we gonna be straight. Because I'm going to defend myself by any means necessary. The Father says nothing will harm you. You are more than a conqueror through him who loves you. Nothing going to harm you. Nothing going to be able to touch you with a 10-foot pole. It ain't even going to be able to shut you down. They can talk about you all they want. Even those atheists that come into the live, those agnostics that come into the live, the unbelievers that come into the lives, the Muslims that come into their lives, what they call the Jehovah Witnesses that come into the lives, the Christians that come into the lives, the Israelites that come into the lives. They can't tell you how God is stepping for you, and they dang sure can't tell me how the Most High stepped for me and how I step for him and how I'm continue to do what the Most High has called me to do. Amen, windows and walls. The victory is already yours. The victory is already mine. Walk in it. Talk in it. Represent it. The victory is already mine. I'm straight. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to defend a jackdog thing. The Most High defends me. So the victory is already yours. You just need to walk in it. Walk with me. Talk with me. Walk in it. When that victory is already yours and you know that, walk in it. Go to work in it. Drive in it. Ride in it. Go to school in it. Or whatever you do, walk in victory all day. When y'all hear folks start spreading rumors and gossip, walk away from it. Walk in victory away from it. Oh, you're not going to get me in that. You're not finna involve me in talking about folks. You're not finna make me come up against somebody that I don't even know. Hell no. I'm not finna do that. But for us as parents, teach your children that. Teach these children that go to elementary school. Teach these children that go to middle school. Teach these children that go to high school. And teach these kids that go to college. And even when they go to work, stop entertaining the BS just because that's what everybody else is doing. Because all you doing is giving the enemy power. Like he says, the enemy can only have power over you when you give it to him. And I'm about to wrap it up, y'all. Your peace is a weapon against the enemy's chaos, and your joy is your strength. My peace is the weapon against the enemy's chaos. And I'm at peace, y'all. Like, I ain't in them crash out modes. Yeah, I might tell you, like, if you tell me to shut the F up, I'm going to tell you, you shut the F up. Like, you know, but I'm not finna crash out. But I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing. We all have them times when we use those words, those explicitives. Let's not act like we just saved all our daggone life, or that we've been in this truth all our life and we still don't slip up and say, you got me messed up. Let's just keep it a buck. So make sure that you let them know. You ain't got to act like fools, look like fools, or dress like fools just to be cool when you go to school. And I'm not trying to rhyme. That all just came out like that. But you ain't got to do that. Stop trying to be what everybody else is doing, because everybody else don't even know their own purpose. They don't even know who the Most High God is, because it's not being pushed. That what's being pushed is a whole nother agenda to step for the enemy. That's why it be likes that go all over these platforms. When it comes to you having a platform, it be more likes and views and shares for crazy content, for people cussing each other out, for women talking crazy to men, for men talking crazy to women, for us bringing up somebody's past, for us talking down about somebody. It be all of that, and it be us right here that be keeping it going. We need to step differently when it comes to the Most High. We need to represent him fully as his chosen people. When it comes to family, when it comes to representing who you truly believe in. Let your life, let me go back. Your peace is a weapon against the enemy's chaos, and your joy is your strength. That's why I stay happy. That's why I stay happy. I keep a smile on my face. You ain't gonna see me mad. I might look like I got a problem with you, but I'm always gonna smile. I'm going to keep smiling. You can talk about me all you want. You talk about me. Look, they've been talking about me since I've been on these platforms. Used to talk about me not having no hair. I mean, there's so much stuff. Used to talk about me. Why he keep going back to that crazy woman? Like, that woman don't even love him. Oh, he's stupid. Why he married that girl? Like, it was so much stuff. And I still had to keep my head held high, and I kept a smile on my face. I teach my babies the same thing. Keep a smile on your face, man. That's what irks the enemy's nerves, is when you smiling while they talking about you. They ain't got nothing to say if you smile, but if you entertain it, or you start crying, you get mad, or you clap back, they got you. They done got you right up here, because it done got to your membrane and got up here, and now all of a sudden you feeling some type of way. So let your joy be your strength. Let your life be a testimony of my goodness and a declaration of my faithfulness. Trust in my promises, for they are yes and amen. They yes and what? Yes and amen. Let your life be a testimony of my goodness. And that's why I'm going to continue to always talk about the Most High, because I'm going to let my life be a testimony of the Most High's goodness, of what he brought me out of and what he's taken me through. And I'm going to continue to smile. I'm going to continue to talk about the Most High God, no matter what I do, where I go, and who I speak to. We're going to talk about some God. We're going to talk about the Most High. Or for some of y'all, we're going to talk about some Jesus, some Yeshua HaMashiach, some Yahweh Shai. We're going to talk about the Father, Yahuwah. My goodness and a declaration of my faithfulness. Trust in my promises, for they are yes and amen. My plans for you are for good and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. I am your refuge and your strength, a very present help in the times of your trouble. So says Abba Father. Amen. So be it kind. So that's why I'm going to continue, and I hope that y'all continue as well to believe in the Most High. And for those that don't, hey, that's on you. You giving yourself over to the enemy. But I know somebody that can help you just like he helped me, and continuously helps me, restores me, is my refuge, my safety net, my covering, my protector, my provider. Yeah, I go out there and I work, but it's because of the Most High that gives me the strength to be able to get up and do those things, and wakes me up to be able to do that. So I'm going to always give praises to the Most High, because without him, I'm nothing. I'm nothing. And the same for y'all. Without him, you are nothing. You don't wake yourself up. Yeah, you might set an alarm, but say the alarm go off and your eyes don't open, or the breath has been taken away from you, like what is that, the story of Egypt, where they took the firstborn son. They expected their children to wake up. They did not wake up, because you don't have control over your life. But what you need to do, what we all should be doing, is seeking the Most High. Seek ye first the kingdom, and his righteousness and his glory shall be added to you. Shalom, kings and queens, brothers and sisters. That means peace be unto you. I love y'all. Blessings to y'all. Knowledge. Now I'll let y'all come up, because I ain't going to be before y'all too long. I got things I got to do. But if you come with some foolishness, I'm going to do like the Most High did the enemy. I'm going to kick you out. I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to drop you on your head. Here you go. Who this is? Oh, my brother, Four Corner Shalom Ak. There's a brother of mine. I've known this brother when I've been on TikTok for a long time.
But you got the women, I don't need no nigga. Fuck niggas. I'm like, damn, what you need, pussy?
I was like,
Four Corners.
I started thinking, I'm like, when did this?
Four Corners.
Like,
I think he cutting her. Four Corners. I don't think he know he up here.
I can hear you. You done got up in my barbershop talk.
Oh, snap. Shalom, right?
Shalom.
Man, I like it. Over there cutting some hair.
Hey,
and
we
talking
getting
about
it.
the word at the same time too.
Hey, we getting it. You know, when we talk to the young people, man, we got to lower ourselves down to speak how they talk, where they can understand.
Facts.
I was just telling the young brother that, you know, our hip hop, we have sold our so-called culture over to the heathens, and they have turned hip hop into whoremongering and all that other stuff. That's not our culture, bro.
Right.
That's what they want us to believe. Like, success is getting where Jay-Z and having all the money and cars. That's not success, bro.
Facts.
That's a false illusion.
That's what exactly. That's a false illusion. That's why they want us to represent that way, because they'll make us think that that's the righteous way, or that's the way to go, when that's the heathenistic way. But they want to use us, and they want to use our voice, our dancing abilities, everything that the Most High has blessed us to be able to do, to represent the enemy. Yeah, we got to get on the youth level. We got to meet them where they at, and we got to sometimes talk like them and let them know, man, look where we came from. You ain't doing nothing that we ain't done before. You ain't saying nothing that we ain't said before.
That part, man, that part, and you know, I always tell people, brother, look, I know a couple of scriptures. Don't look at me more holier than you. But I want to let you know I know where you come from, because like you said, I used to be there. So let me talk like them so they can understand it. I understand where you at.
Exactly. It's somebody above
you. You got to have common language to understand each other, right?
You said common language to understand each other?
Right.
Facts. I mean, how else you gonna be able to relate to somebody that you talk to if you don't have common language?
Right. And like you're saying, like, you know, talking to younger people now is like, I mean, you know, if one of you guys is speaking Hebrew and the other is speaking, like, you know, Swahili, like, you're going to have a hard time.
Right. You're going to need an interpreter at that point. You're going to need an interpreter at that point. Hey, translate. You know, I need you to translate what was just said.
Exactly.
I don't understand, but I want to understand, but I need you to translate it so I'm able to understand And maybe I can start studying that too, so I can learn to speak the same language, so we can have some good dialogue.
Right. It's like the same, right? Like I was in the military. It's like, and I never deployed, but like, like I met a couple guys that were, like Afghani citizens that, helped like serve our military. And like that, like, I mean, consider the fact that somebody's entire job is like to like help you communicate with somebody else.
Yeah, you come into the wrong house, move around.
Right.
I be talking to these animals, man. They be thinking that they can just come to my house and just be loafing around. I'm like, not today. Monitoring spirits. Move around.
Well, okay, so I kind of caught the tail end of your conversation a little bit, but it's funny because like, so I'm a singer, but I sing like predominantly, I guess what like a lot of people would consider like black music, like like Righteous Brothers. Well, I guess they're white, but like Righteous Brothers, like Isley Brothers, like
Okay,
like
you got some
like
you got some
Luther,
soul in you. It's at the Isley
yeah,
Brothers.
like Luther, Teddy, like all that kind of
Okay,
stuff.
so you like the old school stuff.
Yeah, like Temptation. Well,
Hey, I like the
uh,
Temptations. I still get down on the Temptations. Man, I listen to a lot of old school stuff because this new school stuff is different.
a lot of
Like
it's
for
garbage.
real.
A
This
lot of
new
it's
school
garbage.
stuff, and granted, okay, I'm not gonna say it's different, but it's just too much that it leads your kids astray, and even leads adults astray too, because they gravitate to it.
Right. And you know what? I would like before it pulled me up to come talk with you, I was like literally watching this video and they were talking about Tupac when he wrote like Brenda's Got a Baby.
Uh-huh.
And they like literally like tracked down, okay, so I'll try to get to the point. They literally tracked down the baby and the mom and like they apparently reunited.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was like 12 when it happened, but like I guess my point is like back then like you had like actual art, like I would say like I grew up on like Tupac and Nas, right? Like where they're actually like telling a story
Right.
instead of just like spewing a bunch of bullshit.
Like the pill popping drug dealing music that they got going on nowadays. It's like, yeah, I just want everybody to be high and drunk and lit and all this other type
Well,
of
that's what I'm
stuff.
saying is like how many times do you have to hear about like a trap house
Right.
before like you're like, all right, cool.
Man, you ain't never lied. For real. You ain't never lied. But so I say the music that I listen to, and you're right. Okay, yeah, the Tupac and the Nas, the Biggies and all them. Yeah, they had a message, but it was still the same as what is today. It just wasn't so explicitive in the ways of today, like glorified to where our kids
Yeah.
was listening to it like that. I mean, granted, we was young, but our parents
Right.
they kind of restricted us, and there was parental advisory on a lot of stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
You had to be 18 to go in the store and buy music. Now today you ain't even got to go buy music. You can just stream it. Just go listen to it on these platforms.
Right.
Listen to whatever. So things have changed.
Well, that's I don't know how old you are. So I'm 40.
I just
don't know
turned
how old
40
you are.
on the 18th.
Okay. So we probably grew up on most of the same music. Like like my first CD I ever had was like Boys to Men, that like the self-titled one.
Right.
Like I grew up on like that or like what's it like No Diggity? What was that? Black Street. Yeah.
Black
Like
Street.
all that shit.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, what I was gonna say is I remember. So I live in California. I've lived here pretty much my whole life.
Uh-huh.
I remember when they like when Tupac's album came out and they were like trying to like ban. Do you remember that?
Which one?
It might have.
Ma-
I don't know if it was All Eyes on Me or.
was it
But
All
in
Eyes on Me or
California,
was that Machiavelli? Which
I can't remember to be honest which CD.
man,
I just
it's
remember
been a while like that. We telling our age right now.
I know. Right? But I remember in California they were trying to ban certain things like certain like rap music, especially when because like remember this is like right after like like Easy and like all those guys were, you know, like doing like fuck the police and like all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And they were like literally trying to ban like certain rap songs because it was.
Right. But then look what they got today. Like,
I
the,
know, which is that's what I'm saying.
look who,
It's like
that's
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying
saying.
with you. How you say your name, bro? So I can say your name right.
The Rogue Bunny.
The Rogue Bunny. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, it's a rogue. Um, look what's going on today. But they opened the doors for that. Look who they had opened the doors for it to be what it is today. So in this
Yeah.
case, we would say they paved the way.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like I'm all for free speech, but that doesn't mean I have to like the music. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's like I can appreciate the fact that because, like I said, like as an art, like me as a singer, like it's hard. It took a long time for me to be able to like get up and sing in front of people and like do all that stuff. So I certainly appreciate anybody that tries to be artistic and but it doesn't mean that I have to like it though.
Right. So what NWA wrote, it was more so what's going on in our community, what was going on in the
Right.
community that they lived in. And they
Right.
was telling their truth through song and through their frustration. They're like, man, forget the police. These police are supposed to be protecting and serving, but they ain't protecting and serving. They're only protecting certain folk. But when it comes to the brown skinned folk, they treat them like the dirt on the bottom of their shoe. They beating us. They unaliving us. They doing whatever they want to. So
Yeah.
that's what that movement, that it was a movement at the time.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So I lived in
So-called gangster rap.
right. So I lived kind of like outside LA during like the riots. But I remember watching that stuff on TV, like as a, like a young kid.
Right.
Um, and yeah, like so I was gonna say you're talking about like the whole police thing, right? Like I like grew
Rodney
up listening.
King.
Yeah, like I grew up listening to those songs, and then like about like 8 years ago, I went to jail, and I was in there, and then they, they, a couple of the deputies like jumped me, and like one breaks my nose and my eye socket,
Dang.
and and then I ended up spending like 4 months in like solitary, and like some of those songs hit a lot harder when I listen to them now than when I was young, just because of like that experience. And
Yeah, a
like I
well-united people.
hate to be like play the racial card, but it's like I was telling my mom, I was like we live in a pretty affluent area, and like I'm fairly well educated, like served in the military, like had a pretty good background, and I'm like if they're like willing to do that, and I hate to say this, it's definitely gonna sound a little racist, like if they're willing to do that to a white person, like I would like hate to unfortunately see like what happens to like people that are like either disadvantaged like financially or like are a different like race than I am.
But it's not necessarily a race car. It's the truth though. Like we go through that. We all go through that. Now I not gonna say that I know what a white person goes through because I'm not white. But
Right.
when you tell your story, of course, I know that you've been through some things. Just like when I could tell mine and what took place, or Four Corners could tell his, or anybody that's on this live, they could tell they story. There's some
Mm-hmm.
people that can't tell their story because they was taken out by somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And those people got a slap on the wrist for what they do. For I was protecting the community.
All right.
But you're supposed to be protecting the people that pay your salary. Let's just keep it a
Yeah.
buck. And somebody Bayou Bell said, back then we were actually a little bit more united. We tried to be a lot more united. Now you don't see a lot of unification today. You see a lot of separation, a lot of, if you ain't for me, if you ain't for my crew, if you ain't in my gang, then you ain't representing. You can't be around here. You can't be in my hood. Hold on, first and foremost, do you own that block? Do
I
you
was gonna
own
say
that street name?
we know what the biggest gang in America is.
Oh, the government.
Right.
The government, the
Right.
biggest gang affiliated corporation that will take you out and then will say, well, it was for the protection of the people. It was for the protection of our country.
Think about the children.
Yeah, think about the women and the babies. But then you
Exactly.
create systems that the
That
women and the
oppress.
babies can use to keep them stuck on making you their husband. Y'all know the governmental system is a lot of people's husbands out here. And now that it's getting shut down, your Section 8 is going away. Your food stamps is going away. Your EBT, everything that you was using because you ain't got no man. Now you're going to need a man or you're going to need a job if you ain't got one. You're going to need some help because it's hard out here. And I ain't going to say it like, Terrence Howard say, but it's hard out here for a pimp, man.
It's hot out
It's
here.
hard out here for a pimp. It's hard out here for the people. It's hard out here, but when we unify, when we come together as a collective under a certain umbrella, we can tear things down. We can actually shut the government down. It's more of us than it is of them.
Yeah. Do you remember? Well, we're definitely aging ourselves. Do you remember what is that movie? The one with the ants and the grasshoppers. There's a little animated one where they're like,
The
"There's
movie Ants.
yeah, where they figure out they're like, there's more of us than there are of
Yeah,
them."
oh yeah. When they were talking about the human, like, it's more of us than it's more of them. We could take them out because it's way more of them small little red ants than it is of them big black
Yeah,
ants.
yeah,
And then they got the grasshoppers to team up with them. So that's like when I think about that movie, since you just said it, it reminds me of Egypt with the Israelites, where it was way more of them than it was of Pharaoh and his cronies and all of them. But then it was other people that joined up with the Israelites in that movement. Like it's more of us than it is of them. Why are we afraid of them? Yeah,
it's a
them
good question.
fire ants will tear you up. Go into the country. Go into the country and be out there with some sandals on or some Crocs on, since everybody like to wear Crocs. And it's hot outside and you walk in a thing full of ants. Boy, they'll tear your feet up. How you out there jumping like somebody pew-pewing at the ground.
Yeah.
You say, I'm from the South. I'm highly allergic to them. Hey, Four Corners, is the young man still in the barbershop with you?
I think he's muted.
Yeah, he muted because they're having a conversation. Most High and God are titles. Y'all hate the name of Yahuwah. I think you came in here at the wrong end because we say Yahuwah, but for those that don't know about Yahuwah, we do say the Most High or Abba Father, or we'll say God because like the young man Rowe came in here and said like we all speak different languages and we talk a certain way, but it don't necessarily mean that I know what you're saying or I don't know what you're saying. Somebody has to translate that. So to the one that just said we supposed to say Yahuwah, the name of the is Yahuwah. We do say that, but we also know that some people don't know Yahuwah. So we say God. We say Abba Father, the Most
Hey,
High,
so can I give you like an
Creator.
analogy that I try to like tell people when we have this conversation about different gods or like whatever. It's like if you ever like when you walk into church and you see like a stained glass window
Mm-hmm.
and like you might see purple, green, blue, yellow, red, and like you might have like a favorite color
Mm-hmm.
out of like all those colors, right? But like on the backside of that stained glass window is like the light that's coming through is all God. Like
Right.
it's all the same color.
Mm-hmm.
And like whether you like red or purple better, like that, that's a personal choice.
Right.
But it like the source is all the same, right?
Exactly. And instead of, you know, condemning folks or trying to, educate them, which everybody does because we're all some sort of teacher out here, but read the room, like they say. Read the room first. Don't just come in with an agenda of trying to prove somebody right because you know something that you think somebody else may not know. Don't get puffed up in your knowledge and thinking that other people don't have the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding to know the difference in God, the Father, Yahuwah, Yahweh Shai, Jesus.
Well, okay, so I made this little drawing, right? And it was like the Buddha, like Krishna, Muhammad, and Jesus, like sitting around a campfire,
Mhm.
like kind of just like up in the mountains at night, like under the stars, and they're all like just sitting there laughing because I think if you put them in a room, like if you could bring them all back like today and put them in a room, I think they would all agree that like fundamentally, like what they were trying to teach is like the underlying current is like love, right?
Right.
And it's like whatever religion, for the most part, that you believe in, like the underlying message should be like, if you take anything away, take away love,
Mm-hmm.
and like learn how to spread that. Because like even if you're like whatever hyper Christian or hyper Catholic or Muslim or whatever, like if you understand that love is like the foundation, like you're able to like agree to disagree like on like the source or like whatever like the higher like the higher platform is, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, so I think like once you understand like fundamentally that like love like is the foundation for all or most religions, then like you can like build scaffolding up from that and then like meet at the top kind of thing.
Right. Meet them where they at. Now,
Right.
so with me, when it comes to religion, I say religion is the problem because it should be about relationship, not about religion. But religion is what the open door is to talk about, but it should be about your relationship. Like what I talk about with people all the time is my relationship with the Most High cannot be altered at all.
Right.
And it's not religion for me. That's me having that continuous relationship, that continuous conversation, that continuous time in my secret place to talk to the creator of me, the creation of me, of my faith and why I believe in. And the reason I believe in is because my lifestyle is a reflection of that very thing, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. So like we were talking about, so I've been homeless a couple times in the last couple years, and like I like volunteer and like work with the homeless population, and like yeah, like somebody's like, well, can you quote like this verse from the Bible? I was like, no, I can't, but I was like, I did go hand out sandwiches to people that were hungry,
Right.
and
And,
I'm
and
like,
that's what we should be doing, like what you just said. Because I mean, how can you help somebody if you don't know what they go through? With you being homeless a couple of times, when I say I was homeless and living couch to couch from was it 2020 all the way up until 2023, it was a sad sight to see, but nobody really knew that I was homeless because I didn't represent myself as being a homeless person. Now they knew that I lived in the church and that my kids wasn't with me. They knew a lot of stuff, so they would talk about that, like you live in the church, like. But I lived in the church because I cleaned that church up and I had no place to go, so they gave me a place to stay. At the same time, I was cleaning up that place and got a job at the t-shirt company, and I
nice.
met a lot of people, but that was what I had at the time. I had no
Well,
place. I couldn't
hey,
go stay with moms, couldn't go stay with pops, couldn't go stay with my ex no more.
yeah,
Couldn't stay with my supposed to be wife at the time. Couldn't stay with nobody. I was living couch to couch. Like sometimes I stay at other people's houses, because I would help them out. I clean up their place or whatever it is. But I gave to the homeless too, man. Like, and I don't boast about it. I didn't post that, I gave shoes away when I shouldn't even gave my shoes away, but I gave them to somebody that needed some shoes because it was raining that day. I gave
yeah.
some of my
Well,
clothes away. I gave food
hey,
away because
hey, I
I
think
know that.
this is the important thing. I think you said like a little bit ago is like you lived in the church. Some people just show up to go to church,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
So like you were like living
Huh?
that like you living that actual life of like what Jesus and like a lot of other people like have tried to like portray.
Hmm.
And there's certain people that just show up to church on Sunday for an hour and then
And I slept in that mud for 24
oh, that's
hours.
what I'm saying. Like
Right. And
there's a
I
lot of
slept
people.
on the pews. I didn't have no bed.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. When I was in the homeless shelter, we used to go to a different church every night and would sleep on the ground between pews and like I know what it means like to yeah.
And I cleaned up that church, man. I got paid 150 every other week, or you would say
Nice.
every 2 weeks, to clean up that place. Which to me it should have been a lot more, but hey, you got
Yeah,
to
for
take
sure.
whatever you can.
For sure.
Because
Yeah, hey, well, that's what I'm saying. Like when you're homeless and you're broke, like like I would go donate plasma, and that's like $110 a week. and it was like it was just enough money for me to like,
scam.
you know,
Do not donate
buy
plasma. It is bad for your health.
What'd he say?
Well, if I could respond to the prompt real quick.
Yeah, hey, can y'all? Hey, I want to ask y'all something, and I'm not trying to close out the live, but I gotta close this one out because this is for my YouTube, and I will come right back, and we can definitely have that conversation. It ain't even gonna take me like less than a minute. I will come right back. I'll still have the same prompt, and we can have that discussion. Is that okay with y'all?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Shalom. I'll be right back. Knowledge.